Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, I'm outside and it's -6 degrees. My little cat has decided that he wants to eat salmon, and that's the only thing he wants to eat. So I'm forced out of the house to get him dinner for tonight, because when I try anything else, he just doesn't eat it. You know, they have their moments where they just tell you, well, I don't like your food anymore. So I'm out to get salmon for him. Now, there's a few things that I want to describe. So first of all, as you would expect, the pavement is very icy. So there's a real kind of feeling of frost and cold. Everything is draped with a very thin film of silver. That's maybe a good way to describe it. And even the flowers have a very thin veneer of silver on them. I'm just walking past the parade of shops on my left-hand side. People are all wrapped up. Someone now waiting to go into the pharmacy, which isn't quite open yet. And then there's the supermarket. They're being stocked up. Those large supermarket-style cage trolleys there. You know, the ones that stand upright, that are loaded with food. And they're being wheeled in from the delivery lorry. Continuing to look down the road, there's children all wrapped up going to school, and it seems that the children are the only ones who are dressed properly. They all have their hoods up and scarves and bags, but still many other people, like the parents, are dressed wearing sports outfits with shorts, which I think is probably very dangerous if you combine that with a night of drinking alcohol. I can see that there's traffic lights. You might hear them bleeping there at the pedestrian crossing to allow people to cross the roads. There's a slight mist, so the red colour and the amber colour, that's a yellowy one in the middle. You know, they have the red, amber and green. They look a little bit jaded, you know. They're not quite as sharp. Presumably because they're covered in ice, and also because there's a slight mist as well, which is something. There's a police car just went past there, and there's a few of those out today. And what else I'm noticing is that a lot of the cars have been clamped. Now, let me explain what that means. I'm sure you probably know. If you park in the wrong place, in a place where you shouldn't, the traffic warden comes along and he gives you a parking ticket. And if you don't move your car, a big truck will come along and will tow your car away. And that's called a tow truck. A tow truck. And I can see a lot of cars on the streets. They have those, I don't know the correct name for them, but it's like a bit of metal that they clamp onto your wheel, which will stop you moving your car. And when that's on there, you can't escape. And the next thing is the truck will come and will simply take your car. There's a big controversy here at the moment because private companies can operate to do that. You know, if they just see you parking in the wrong place, they can just clamp you and demand money. So it doesn't have to be a government officer. It can simply be your bad luck. You're parked in the wrong place, and a patrol car comes along from a private company and sees it and wants to make some cash. So they simply demand money from you or else you don't get your car back. It's quite something here. What else can I tell you? With all this clamping going on, I'm sure there will be something in the local newspaper about it, because it's unusual to see a lot of cars clamped in one street. So whether it's been a traffic warden, that's the man that looks like the policeman but isn't walking around, or whether it's just been a private company that's trying to make some cash, these cars are going nowhere. Okay, so the sky is a beautiful blue. There's lots of seagulls in the sky, obviously very hungry, looking for some rubbish to dive down and eat. There's hope of a beautiful day coming. With a sky like this, I'm sure the temperature will be heating up. Lots of taxis parked here, and I can see some mobile telephone masts have been put up as well. In fact, they're just putting up a new mobile telephone transmitter, a mast. That's a tall structure that's used for broadcasting. They put one up near my home. Everyone's complaining because people here associate them with cancer and disease. I don't think there's any real evidence of that, but I know a headline story that's been going around, at least in the broadcasting world, is the story of Vatican Radio in the Vatican. They have a huge transmitter near a little village where many people died of cancer, and there was a big court case. I don't know how that ended. I think Vatican Radio or the Vatican agreed to move it or to close it down. I don't know, but I remember many people bitterly complaining that they felt that transmitter was causing disease. But of course, it's very hard to prove that without medical evidence. So, I'm just walking to the end of my road now. There's cars covered in ice, people snugly packed inside, staring outside bitterly, wondering why I'm not driving. Of course, I never drive, and to be honest with you, even if I could drive, I probably wouldn't, because it's better for my health to actually get outside. I mean, around here, if I did drive, it would make me even lazier than I am at the moment. So at least this way, it forces me out the house and allows me to take exercise. You hear the traffic in the background there. I still don't know where all these people are going. I know there isn't a lot of work around here. I think they're dropping kids off at school, but the people that I'm seeing, they're clearly retired. So I don't know what the urgency is to leave the house at this time of the morning, unless they've all got catered or demanding different foods. But everyone seems in such a hurry, and I find that sad. I like time to be up and about slowly. I also enjoy just doing things at a gentle pace. And when I hear the speed of these cars and people rushing, it kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Right, what else can I describe here? Okay, so there's a woman just past me with bright red hair, which is a very northern thing, and she's carrying a little boy on her shoulders, which is very foolish, because if she falls, he could get hurt, and she's walking on ice. She's not wearing a scarf or a hat, and this boy he's not standing on her shoulders, he's kind of over her shoulders. That's never a good idea. Never a good idea. So today really the verb I wanted to tell you about was clamping. That's when they attach that thing to the wheel of your car. As a noun, that's called a clamp. And the verb clamping is used to describe, of course, the actual thing, you know. So you have the noun, and then you have the verb, which is the action of clamping. They're usually yellow. They're kind of metallic structures, and they lock, which stop your car moving. It must be devastating, because you have to pay a lot of money to get your car back, especially if it's one of these private companies, you know. Or here's somebody else not wearing any kind of jacket or protective clothing for the cold. Oh, healthy, isn't she? My goodness me, I don't think I could do that. I'm wrapped up with 4 jumpers, 3 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of trousers. So it's very different. Yeah, the thing that gets me is when they go out in the evening. I don't know how they do it. You get women walking on really high heels on the ice, wearing practically nothing, drinking a lot. Yeah, that really can't be healthy. Right, so I'm almost at the supermarket now, and I'm almost out of time. So I just need to go in and get my cat's food and take it home. And I'll probably get a coffee in the coffee shop here, just so that you can hear this podcast. I'll go to the coffee shop and upload it, because it's absolutely freezing. Skyline in this part is beautiful. I'm walking across a big car park. Very nice. Ambulance in the distance there. You might hear it. The skyline this morning, full of churches as always, and beautiful big birds. Big seagulls gliding in the sky. It reminds me of, do you remember that Bonnie Tyler song, Islands? Islands, but never too far. Like birds in the sky. A lovely song, that. I wouldn't like to get on the wrong side of those birds either. They look very, very hungry. Right, that's it from me then. I'll catch you all again soon. Have a wonderful day, and wherever you are, stay warm.